Yo, yo, yo! Alright, it's been a bit since we've been on here, so I don't even remember where I'm at on story quest. Oh, I am on a dungeon. Let's see. Hydro, what's up, man? Well, you know what I need to check? Okay, I got plenty of room for that. How you doing tonight, Hydro? Let's see, playing some Leaf Crane on Switch too. How are you doing? I'm doing alright. I forgot I was on dungeon and my buddy's not available and doesn't know the game what else is really on. Um, so I'm trying to decide if I want to do it with people or just do it individual. It's been a minute since I've been on here. So I figure since it's a game night for me, since I don't work tomorrow, then I'll get on here. Since it looks like no one's really playing Marvel tonight. Work on MSQ, see if I can actually beat the games before the end of the year. Because this rate, I'm not going to. Because I'm in Endwalker and I still gotta do all of Dawn Trial. Just never feel like grinding in Final Fantasy 14. Were you Island 14? No. No rain. Weird. No rain over here. Jordy, what's up? Happy lurking. What are you up to, Jordy?
Make ready! Be gone!
What?
Together we shall overcome this. Make ready! Out of my way!
Go to bed.
Together we shall overcome this. Be gone! Together we shall overcome this. overcome this.
That's far enough.
No mercy! Be gone!
That's far enough.
Be gone!
You forced my hand.
Ice to Sun?
No mercy!
That's far enough.
Be gone!
Got you.
on! Together we shall overcome this.
This will hurt.
No mercy.
Make ready!
You forced my hand.
Boing.
I shall carve a path forward.
Darkness, take you! Got you!
It's that one up.
I am of the first brood. forced my hand. Down with you!
Together we shall overcome this.
That's far enough.
Out of my way!
Together we shall overcome this. Together we shall overcome this. Make ready!
You forced my hand.
Together we shall overcome this.
No mercy!
That's Thunder Erica.
Be gone! Be gone! Be gone! Make ready! Together we shall overcome this.
That's far enough. That's far
Be
enough.
gone!
Darkness, take you.
I am of the first brood.
I am your end.
Yay! I killed it. Huzzah!
Much obliged for clearing the way. We'll get to work at once. Filling these up will take a good while. I appreciate it if you stood watch till we finished. I ain't getting chewed to chum by some ether-bloated bugger. Oh, by the by, where were you planning on putting these to use? We could deliver them by airship, see? Provided it ain't too far.
We would need them transported to Galemon, to the Tower of Babel.
Ah, that's a long old journey. Too long for a direct flight. Tell you what, we'll send them over with the scheduled shipment of provisions headed that way. I'll make the arrangements as soon as we get back. Save some poor chocobos having to drag this lot through the snow.
You have our thanks. We shall not forget your generosity.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say you would have been fine without me.
Why would you say such a thing? You are not bound by contract or the threat of force, and you gain no advantage by devaluing your own contribution. Yet you must be bound by something to speak thus. What is it?
What binds me? A belief, I suppose. Born of our shared struggles. No matter where my comrades go, I have faith they will be fine. For I know that they will walk their chosen path as surely as I walk mine. I trust them, in short. Trite though it may sound.
Trust. I remember the word. How long has it been since last I used it? It had no place in my dealings. Not with other Voidsent, and certainly not with Xenos. Not even in the time before darkness engulfed the world. Full often did Memoriates betray their own, corrupted by the very power they wielded. You could trust no one but yourself. Alone we fought, and alone we fell. I wouldn't know how to trust. Is there some trick to it?
Just stay close to this one. You'll learn in no time. I'm absolutely fine.
I confess I thought thou mightst have more words of counsel to offer.
Oh, she'll soon get the hang of it, even without my help. After our work here is done, I'll see myself back to the shadows. But before that, I take it you've heard as well.
Indeed. The client seeketh Archons. And 'twould seem our extensive travels and neutrality make us prime candidates.
Well, assuming we take on the request, I suspect I'll be stuck with you again. Don't let me down, hmm?
Not only allow us to use the tanks, but to arrange their transport to Garlemald besides. Blessed are we to count Corcoral among our allies. Unto thee we must also give thanks. Thank Red for coming to our aid on such short notice. Please, you know I'm always happy to help. Don't hesitate to call me again. Please, you know I'm always happy to help. I already read that. Until next time. With things transported and thus arranged, our first task is complete. We may now turn our attention to the second. To wit, obtain the bless of the Illiburn contingent to use the Tower of Babel to channel energy onto the moon. Our destination is Camp Broken Glass, where we may present our pension to Commodore Lucia. Okay, allow me to personally thank you for your assistance during the recent Voisin excursion. Your actions saved many. What brings you here today? Pray forgive us for not saying a word in advance, Commander, but we seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. Indeed, we appreciate you consulting us instead of taking unilateral action. 'Tis no simple matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only on the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. Pretending a more official name, we refer to those who remain here as the Garlean community. As you expect, the predominantly native Garleans, most of whom are uncomfortable with ethereal manipulation. To compound matters, the trauma infected by anima is still fresh. If the tower were suddenly light up again, it is like to cause distress to reopen old wounds. Better that than face a mass invasion by Golbez and his Voidsent hordes, surely. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation, as well as the promised bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet even were we to convey your warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic or the rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relive personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. Was there to imagine having these people seen Winston with their own eyes? Let's suppose you encounter someone who is freezing in this cold. A natural thing to do might be to make them a fire, yes? But what if that person's sole experience with fire was being badly burned by it, and they harbored an acute fear? Despite the benefits, nay the necessity of warmth you offer, you may flee on instinct, or worse, misinterpret your actions for aggression and lash out. So like the fire that torments this individual, the Tower Battle torments the people of Garlemald. Yet we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak with Alphinaud and Alizé. With a report they have established with the Garland people, I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. In the meantime, Uringer, may I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? I'm glad to see you, Logan. Vitra has explained our present dilemma. There's no unfounded concern that the Garleans might take poorly to reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly. Many would be up in arms over it. Trust in an Illiber contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly or risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. Trust, again. Well, it seems to me there is not for it but to speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessity of the plan, we need to lend an ear to the concerns. Then perhaps we can begin with working towards a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They're at a station called Satanus, near the Stincilium Imperialis. It would be honored to speak with them. It would be prudent to learn where these people elsewhere stand as well, but that I will leave to the others, save Zero. May you accompany me? I'm sure those in Tapper's Den would have their own opinions. I'll know if I may drag you along. Tyrion will leave to you. You are no stranger to the people here, so it should take little prodding to convince them to speak freely. And it's settled. Once we've learned what we can, let's all meet in the forum, Stolius, where we'll have to what I hope is a productive discussion. Judas is on his way with the others. I hope he found people more receptive than we did. William A. Prinzini, the Lord Granus, and Matthias, magistrates of our political council. They have been spearheading the efforts to establish a new system of government here. When we raised the subject of the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by representatives of the Elizabeth contingent. As the Alpha and Elise have yet to arrive, though, so perhaps we should wait. It's a matter of if only some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The Tower is a manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It is once the abode of an imperial family. It will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It is insulting enough that we have to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid, and you propose reactivating it. Nay, we've had enough. The Garlemald of old may have fallen, but she has fell in civil war to her own people, not to Erosian, nor any other land. We came here to assert an unequivocal claim to our territory, Garlemald, and all that lies within her bounds is beholden to no one. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Jules. Since their excellencies have resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to Tyrannia. I also instruct Alpha and Elise to meet us there. Lord Matthias, Lord Gaius, by your leave, my comrades and I would speak with the residents of Senatus. Though the Illiberia contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes for it to be reactivated, and thus I didn't think it meant that I be present for this discussion. Yet my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hopes and desires, of their dreams for the future, is solely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Least you worry, I will not plead our case to community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground upon which we might build a relationship that oversees us overcome our differences. Very well, but know that the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premises should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. Oh. I'm settled in. You should all head to Senatus. I'll join you there after I see their excellencies safely to Tyrannia. Here to Synthesis, a temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security, and given to understand that outsiders are not normally permitted so such as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. I hope it'll be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero. As do I. To begin, I propose we split up and ask the residents of their views on the Illibert contingent and current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more about the enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it in mind. As is to open hearts and open minds, I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good. Finished touring the enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? Much the same as me, then. They said the contingents help out of necessity and harbor a measure of resentment. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times must I tell you it's absolutely out of the question? What's going on? We were wondering the very same. We came running when we heard the shouting. Is that the matter? Oh, no, I was just trying to explain. Maybe you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists that it's impossible. Concerns to Magitech weapons, which run rampant through Reggio and Bastidia. Every time we deliver supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we propose the elimination of all mechana that loiter near the supply route. but you heard them. They refuse to even consider it. The magistrates have spoken on this matter rampant. Or no. Those work mechanics are Garlean assets. Furthermore, who is to say they are as dangerous as you attest? It's been suggested that this could be pretense to scavenge magitech material for your own ends. I know not if that is the case, but the fact remains we cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous. But they have spoken. Unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's not we can do. How complicated relations become when not grounded in a clear, equitable agreement. Equal agreement, of course. Well, I do understand the difficulty of your position as a soldier. You must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I must first speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? But by all means. Return to Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. No, why not? Sightseeing log. Yeah? I don't know. Welcome back, all of you. I pray there has been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Garlean community. Not even a little bit. Maybe not yet, but there's a method by which I believe we all stand to gain. As satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Razad Hand and the people of Garlemald. Please continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it's their home. That you've been able to survive thus far is thanks to the Illibird contingent, or rather, the less flattering terms. They're entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. It is no surprise that some Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners, for fear of indebting themselves further or surrendering more of their already limited anonymity. That's why I wish to present them with a equitable agreement, one that would restore them the sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier than done. What exactly do you have in mind? Long ago, Garland and Razaham aided by treaty of non-interference. Freely we have traded with one another, and I wish but to continue in this tradition. We will provide your people with such supplies as you require in return for which you would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we of course require more Corellium to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for you will be duly compensated. Razah's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders and our ever-increasing demand for your wares. You will see Garland grow wealthy and prosperous. Only when both sides keep their interests of the one other in mind can equal relations be forged. This principle I once thought I understood, but I have come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Excellent. Thank you for your careful consideration of Garland's future. Though I cannot speak for every Guardian, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Razaham were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense in my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiations at Turlin. Your spirit may be instrumental in winning over Lord Garnas and Matthias. By all means, go with them. I have matters here I will well in hand. I have learned that it may regarding the tower's operation, so I too shall hie me to Tyrannium. You may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by rights, and nothing you do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not my intention to infringe upon your rights as people of Garland. Let us instead discuss the future. As Satrat of Razaham, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so we must secure means to replenish our coffers, and the Wells Green presents a rare opportunity. This is true, we do not want for Magitech and Corellium, and foreign currency will be needed to procure such things as we lack. We depend on precise terms, but I can see the merits. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing. You served the Emperor. were a proud patriot, yet now you entertain selling nation resources like a common merchant. Like you, I weep for what we have lost, but if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense, utter nonsense. You are a traitor, Garnus, and there will be a reckoning. Oh yes, when the people of Sanchez learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. Or Matthias, wait, it isn't safe out there. There you go, fix the issue. Why I thrilled Lord Garnus was willing to consider my proposal. I don't worry about Lord Matthias. Oh. It is far too dangerous for a civilian to be outside alone. We must go after Lord Matthias. Let us leave matters here in Maximus' care while the rest of us join in the search. Run away, satellite. Run. I'm alive.
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
Don't think I'm indebted to you. I never asked for your help.
You love Garlemald dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that. We all mourn what has become of our homeland. Bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here? I've yet to find the answers. But I won't stop looking nonetheless. And I won't avert my gaze from our grim reality.
Is there hope for us?
Aye. So long as we live. Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken. We are the chain that connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become. Please.
To be lectured by the younger, it ill becomes a man of my station. I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me? Ere we part, I apologize for my discourtesy. I owe you my life, and I thank you.
Euless, wait. I'd like a word. With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrate safely back to Tertium.
What is it?
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here. So that's how Zero came to join you. Still, I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust. I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister. As for the magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late. But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence. Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking. When someone believes in you, it makes you want to believe in them, in others, in yourself. Perhaps it's because the magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns. During the Contra Memoria, we had already come to judge one another based on strength and usefulness. You either used or were used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive. My mother wanted to save the world, to fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Almost. 2 men tried just the once. A swordsman and a mage, whom I met when passing through a village. They had saved the people there from corrupted Memoriates. When they learned our enemies were the same, they seemed heartened. They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search of a means to end the Contra Memoria. They invited me to join them. I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I would not be forced to submit. I expected some manner of outburst, some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away. I didn't know what to make of it then, but now... Perhaps they shared a bond of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared. Perhaps they hoped I was like them, too. Perhaps it was just an offer, and nothing more. I continued fighting alone. But ultimately, I was undone. Overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold, in pain, wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world. Darkness washed over me, and I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. My home, now filled with abominations. I had a chance to learn about trust, and forsook it. I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation. Had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone. But it's all history now. No amount of reflection or regret will change our present reality.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive. So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get. What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today. Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you. If you didn't feel that in some sense, would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots? I trust you too, for what it's worth.
Here it is again. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. The urge to weep, though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do? How do I answer it?
How you like?
Give me your hand. It's not something you do constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
A friend. So that's what it means. Someone you trust.
Thank you. I feel at last as though I've found the answers I sought, and owe it all to you and Julius. Right then, I expect the others have already arrived back at Terranium. We should join them. Hey Arya, how's it going? Well, glad I am to see everyone return, and none the worse for wear. Various representatives of the Garlean community are gathered here at this very moment. I dare say this is a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You read the Mandorium. I trust you find the terms acceptable. You were lurking. I saw you lurking. I do. In kindness, I pray you forgive my disgraceful conduct earlier. I am ashamed not only of my behavior, but to place the burden of negotiation solely on your shoulders in my absence. You should know that when we brought up the subject of Tower's reactivation to the people of Tapper's Den, some reacted quite strongly. Once we explained that it would be to prevent another poison invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say the recent episode is still fresh in their minds. I tagged along to deliver a supply of Corellium. Have to say, I didn't expect to see such a large crowd. Even the stuffy Imperials who normally keep to themselves in Santos are here. My friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. I'm pleased to inform all on this joyous occasion that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered into a trading agreement with Razad hand. In our accord, we intend to grant the individuals before you the access to the Tower of Babel. In return, as Razad hand will provide us with supplies which shall be equally distributed among the settlements of our nation. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity but trade, a bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect, and marks a significant step towards rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Razad hand holds Garlean technology and treasury in high esteem. It is my hope that through this agreement our people will enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you gather around to hear the particulars that you might convey them to those elsewhere. So burned by hardship and trauma were the people of Garma that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. People recognized as equals, as a nation with something of value to offer to others. The validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. Just by virtue of partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel, a rather timely development given the Ether Tank's impending arrival. Once the Tower's stores have been replenished, we need but await Ashola's signal to channel the energy to the moon. Yes. Then you can leave that and anything else on this into me and Alphinaud. No need to worry. Devote all your energies to the mission in the void. As ever, I am in your debt. You are good friends.
Let us take a moment to review matters as they stand. Having procured sufficient stores of ether, we may now channel the requisite energy unto the moon via the Tower of Babel. Our work on the star is complete. However, we have yet to receive word from Ishtola as to the state of the lunar preparations.
A ritual to open the gate, and measures to forestall a void-sent invasion. Neither task is simple nor quickly completed. She would doubtless benefit from our assistance.
The very thing I was about to propose. Let us join her above and lend what aid we may. Ere we set forth, however, Ishtola did bid me relay a message to thee. As thou art well aware, a key objective of our mission is the extraction of thy sister Ashdaya from the Void. Held captive for millennia and divested of an eye, she is like to be severely weakened. To make good her escape, she shall require aid. Aid that is best provided by a fellow Great Worm.
You would have me go in my true form. Very well. Like our sire, we Great Worms are capable of traversing the Great Expanse. The journey will take some time, but I shall take myself to the moon. To begin with, I shall return this vessel to Radzad Han, that I may have both my eyes. And until such time as we find Ashdaya, I would entrust her eye to your keeping. Will you do this for me?
We shall contact you via Link Pearl once all is in place on the moon. You need but follow Ishtola's instructions.
Understood. We'll be ready.
Take care, Zero.
It will be the briefest of homecomings. I'll be back before you know it.
In mare elementorum, then. Go well.
I took the liberty of informing Ishtola of our arrival. She and her entourage should be here momentarily.
Forgive me. I'd hoped to have everything in order sooner. My thanks for the extra hands.
Alphino and Alice stand ready at the Tower of Babel. Vritra is also en route.
Excellent. You've done well, all of you. For my part, I've managed to prepare the ritual with help from the Watcher. All that remains is to channel the ether from below. This should, I pray, open a gate leading to the moon of the 13th.
May I just say how excited we are to be a part of this grand undertaking. The development of the artificial Atomos was one thing, but this is an opportunity like no other. Ishtola even managed to get a loan of elegant treatises on void sense summoning from the prized collection of the Sons of Saint Koinak. The Empire's application of etherochemistry in regulating void gates provided us with many a useful insight for our work, let me tell you.
I asked a favor of Grahatir when we were comparing notes on cross-rift travel. Given his credentials, I was confident he wouldn't be denied. The knowledge of our forebears has brought us far, as has our own. And with our knowledge and resources, we shall construct a void-sent containment seal on a heretofore unseen scale.
Containment seal? Then thou wouldst make use of...
Aye, a tried and tested means of holding dark entities at bay is readily available here. 'Twould be remiss of us not to employ it. We shall reforge the brands that Xenos and Fandaniel destroyed. That which held even Zodiac shall more than suffice for void scent of any persuasion.
The Watcher is already hard at work, tending to the most critical parts of the brand's restoration. There are, however, a number of concerning factors that remain. With your help, I'm sure we can resolve them.
Time is of the essence, so I suggest we continue this discussion as we make our way to the brands.
Repair my gear real quick. I don't remember the last time I did. But then I also haven't really played much. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Now then, to the matter at hand. With the Watcher's assistance, we shall reforge each Zodiar's brands and use them to erect a barrier capable of repelling Voidsent. Yet, though we expect it to be effective against larger beings on account of its original purpose, there is a chance it will allow lesser Voidsents to slip through. Therefore, we shall require a second line of defense, and believe the upper area supporters would be suitable for this purpose. Urinder, Logan, the two of you have strong rapport with our lunar allies. Have you meet with Living Way and Best Way Bureau and provide any assistance they require. I will join you. As a Voidsent, my knowledge may be of use. An excellent idea. In the meantime, the rest of us will see to reforging the brands. I will send word when we have finished. Pray do the same. There you are. Yashala has appraised me of your present undertaking. I understand that she wishes to play our pride and joy, the variable carrots of our eye, our unraveled combat supporters, a precautionary measure in case this Voidsent containment seal of hers proves lacking. As we speak, my fellows are rounding up what units they can, and will bring them to the northeast corner in short order. Please wait there.
Dreadfully sorry to have kept you all waiting. Hello there, friends. A new person. Heard there was a bit of a rush, so we gathered what combat-ready supporters we had available.
A welcome contribution. Thine initiative never ceaseth to amaze.
Oh, stop! You're making me blush! Though we have fulfilled the purpose given to us by Heidelin, aiding the people of Aetheris remains our greatest joy. So you can count on us, ever and always. Right, so, we originally deployed these supporters to patrol the moon and keep it safe. They've never tussled with Voidsent before, But with sufficient data, they ought to hold their own against the ghastly fiends. Practical, tactical data acquired in the moment. And who better to give the supporters an educational thrashing than the champion of Aetherius?
I believe I would make a better instructor. Not only have I fought Voidsent, I am one.
Well, don't just stand there. Engage! 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 Engage!
That'll do, that'll do! A defeat bitterer than the bitterest carrot. Using this experience, we must enhance the supporters and turn them into void-sent slaughterbots! Indeed. Right after we've managed to put the poor dears back together.
Pray forgive our comrade's enthusiasm. May I inquire as to how long the repairs will take?
On an ordinary day, I'd say no less than 5 carrots briskly consumed. But if you were to provide us with encouragement... we just might be able to do it in 2.
This I leave to you.
Can you hear me? We've just finished restoring the brands. Let us reconvene once you've finished tending to matters there. The culmination of our efforts is nigh.
Brands are ready, I presume. Excellent. With the operates having deployed their supports, we are ready to proceed. Let's rejoin Inshallah, post haze, and praise open our gate onto the void. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be on. I enjoy Final Fantasy, but I also can't play it as long at night. It doesn't keep me awake. It's not active enough. My thanks for seeing to the supporters. With this all in readiness for the ritual. First I shall give the order to Alphinaud and LSA in the Tower of Babel to channel ether to the moon. Once he has amassed a sufficient amount of energy, your and your eyes shall begin incarnations to open the void gate. If all goes well, a tear will form in the fabric of reality, at which point you must activate the brands and put in place the containment seal. That is all. If there is no question, then let us begin.
Apologies for the wait. The preparations here are finally complete.
Excellent. The Tower 2 is activated. But give the word and we will begin channeling the ether.
Very well then. Make it so.
The moment of truth.
By the sisters!
Oriange, commence your invocations. 'Tis time to open our gate. A tear is beginning to form. Quickly, activate the brands. Success. The gate is open, and the seal appears to be in place.
Let's see how well it holds.
an enormous gate! Lord Golbez will be eager to hear of this! So this is the promised land! The land of boundless ether!
I dare say the seal doth serve its purpose.
I see all proceedeth apace. Remarkable.
Indeed. Just this moment, a void scent emerged from the gate, by which we may safely assume it leads to the 13th.
It's incredible, Ishtola. Truly incredible. Oh, what an honor it is to have been part of this historic achievement.
A part is an understatement. None of this would have been possible without you and yours. Our success has also served to solidify our understanding of cross-rift travel. The Ascians rejoined reflections to the source by instigating elemental imbalances. These imbalances weakened the barrier between realities, causing the ether of a reflection to flood the source. But why is it that reflections are predisposed to rejoin the source? Why have they never merged with one another?
Thou art suggesting there is a unique property inherent to the source, one responsible for such an outcome.
I am. 'Tis my conclusion that, as the point of origin for the reflections, the source has an innate pull over them. Hydaelyn, I believe, sought to suppress that pull, which is why she was created with the power of light, of stasis. Meanwhile, the power of darkness, of activity, reigns in the void. Hydaelyn's influence would naturally be weaker, and this manifested in the form of planar fissures. Working with this hypothesis, I set my sights upon where the pull was assessed to be strongest, and through our combined efforts, we succeeded in opening a gate to the void. Now, I must stress, it was because we sought the void that we succeeded. Pleased though I am to have my theory proven, the secrets of travel to other reflections still elude us. Even so, in the reality that lies beyond the 8th umbral calamity, there are those who found a way to reach the first. I will not rest until I do the same.
One step closer to fulfilling your dream, eh?
Just a step. Many more remain to be taken. Which further motivates me to forestall a void-sent invasion. So come, let us set forth, to find Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's plot.
Climb upon my back. I shall take us to the gate.
As we did discuss prior, I shall see the alchemists safely home, then together with the Loporrits maintain vigil over the gate.
May the sisters watch over and keep you safe.
into the void once more.
Red.
This is the moon of the 13th.
What is it, Mars?
It is. Ever since the flood, it has been a sanguinary orb in the sky.
No void scent. A rather more subdued reception than I had anticipated.
But unsurprising, given how jealously Golbez conceals the location of his domain. Still, we must remain on guard. One of his minions came through the gate, after all, and more may lie in wait.
I do not sense my sister. Where could she be? Where?
Steady, Vritra. We've barely arrived. Let us explore our surrounds before drawing conclusions.
Yes, thou art right. I shall survey the moon from above. The ground I leave to you all.
chasm has caught your attention as well. There's some manner of structure below. Worth a look, wouldn't you say?
I too sense something here. This pit much resembles the Cradle of Darkness on our moon, where Zodiac was once imprisoned. If this place serves the same function, then a fragment of his power must have been sealed in the depths. Strange, though. When Zodiac perished in the Source, I presumed that every aspect of him was thus unmade, and his power scattered. But it's unmistakable. The darkness that permeates this abyss. Could a trace of him yet remain? Or is it something else?
I hear thee, sister. I hear thee. Climb on, my friends. Astaya is here, within this chasm.
I'll probably stop when it comes to the boss fight. How you doing, Brewing? I saw you were doing some repo. But you're dead right now. Yeah, getting tired. You play Final Fantasy 14? This IV track come to rescue you.
You were entrusted with Ajdaya's eye, were you not?
It's fun. If you haven't tried it, the trial's free though, if you get off their website. And you can play pretty far into it actually, without having to pay for anything. I want to say you can probably go through Stormblood now, I think. Yeah, if you go on the website, their website, not through Steam, there's a free trial, and you can go through, I want to say Stormblood. No cost. There's just some limitations, like you can't join a guild or anything like that. And you can only get so much gil. You could join parties and stuff like that, but you can't create parties. Oh, thank goodness. This the dear sister, truly the. How long have I dreamed of this moment? With that, I could have found you decent. I am here now. Let's return home together. The thought fulfilled me with joy, but I fear I cannot be. Not even a dragon can these chains be broken. You can pretty much do all of it, you just can't be the lead for anything. For the force of the very will.
So this is indeed Golbez's domain.
Does keep his company with mortals? Yes, Yushola is down. I do. They are my Stewart allies, without whom I could not have come this far.
Cease?
Is that so? That much time hath passed indeed. You love her magic gathering cards are cracked. Doesn't surprise me, she's strong. It doth feel like only yesterday that they were fighting the voice in hordes. Desperate to save Tiamat, I flew into the lightness, would to strike the heart of the cloud of darkness forces. Use them in your Divid deck. I should just trade away all my magic cards for Pokemon. But the Voidson I slew returned again and again, and before I knew it, the rift betwixt worlds had closed. I was stranded, very reft of strength. Thou did save the lives of full many, sister. Today we abide in harmony with men, working side by side and forging enduring bonds. Indeed, in the course of searching for thee, I did cross paths with many a noble mortal, with whom I built a nation of rich diversity. To thee I would show it, my beautiful rise at hand. I shall not rest until thou art free. When ghosts found me collapsed, the darkness ravaged my wounds. He spoke and said, "'Tis but a matter of time before you return, but I have power to stop it." And he did, for a price. I would remain myself, but bound, an everlasting feast for his minions, who supped upon my ether over thousands of years.
What now, then? Does this great worm intend to remain a captive meal for all eternity, not daring to test her chains?
If such is thy intent and encouragement, mortal, then thou art as graceless as Nidhogg. 'Twas Gulbaz who did weave this spell, and so his defeat should serve to unravel it. Would suffice as a show of spirit were I to reveal what I know of the villain.
Now there's a start. So, what can you tell us?
Yes, in order to sustain the magic, he cannot travel far from this place. He does prefer to send minions to carry out his will, but on occasion he will himself ascend to the moon's surface. And every time, without fail, he will visit the same location to the south, so that importance lieth there, doubt not.
Well, you heard her. Shall we look into this spot near and dear to our enemy's heart?
Hell yeah. This is the one game I make sure I always stream, so that way none of the story is missed on the streams. Those ever begin searching for clues, let us do the same. I'll take charge of this area if you can see to the south. So brewing. freetrial.finalfantasyxiv.com. I'll give you the trial. Travel up to level 80 for free with no restrictions on playtime. You can go through Shadowbringers. It's definitely a fun game. I highly recommend it. Is it the most exhilarating and going not is it going to get your blood rushing? No. But it's fun. I'm on Banfront. It's the world I'm on. Primal the Banfront.
Did you find something?
You do have to keep an eye out on when you can create characters because it can be kind of a pain sometimes.
A memoria. But whose?
Hardest part? It's I haven't really got anything that hard. It's just a lot of time to do anything. Typical MMO.
You have lied, pillaged, and murdered. Have you anything to say in your defense?
Better story than World of Warcraft.
No. Every one of them got what they deserved. Trusting fools. Like you would-be heroes. Aye. You do well to keep a close eye on each other. It always ends the same way. A knife in the back. And better to have the handle towards your hand. You'll see! Oh, yes. You will.
Death, may your soul find salvation.
I can't bring myself to pray for the unrepentant. You're a nobler man than I.
Now, we all shaped by these dark times more than we care to admit. I just believe that, had these men known peace and plenty, they would not have been consumed by mistrust and avarice.
Victims of the Contra Memoria, then. Like so many others. But we will end it.
Thank you. I shudder to imagine what might have happened if you hadn't dealt with the Dark Ones. Oh, her? She's like you, I hear. Hunts Memoriates taken by darkness.
Well, well. A kindred spirit. Perhaps we will finally have a new comrade.
No. I've no interest in working with others. Much less someone who looks as suspicious as you.
Is that so?
If there's nothing else, I'll be on my way.
Even when we share the same goal, we can't overcome the mistrust. Such is the way of things, the wisdom of our era.
Only precious few memorials remain who cling to the light. With that, we could have won her over.
We'll make do, old friend. We have accomplished much already, and another person may well have been more of a hindrance than help. Now then, our work here is finished. His Majesty has summoned us, so let us not delay. To Baron!
Had another vision of the past, did you? What? I was in it. It's them. The pair I met in that village. Which means the one sealed in this memoria is...
So, you have come. You, who would oppose our crusade.
Tranquilo.
Sister.
You. I know you.
Is that so? From the world before, I dare say. 'Tis impressive enough that you have managed to retain your mortal form, but to remember your past besides. But that is of no moment. You are the Memoriat who vanquished my minions. Correct.
And what if I am?
Then... I would bid you join me. As a child of our world and slave to the wheel, fight with me for the salvation of all our souls.
Fight with you? More like fight as your pawn. It isn't me you want, but my power. And if I don't obey, you'll bind me like you bound that dragon. But no more. I refuse to be bound ever again. I fight only for myself, and for those in whom I trust. My friends.
I see. A pity. It is for the dragon that you have come, yes? When first you appeared, I thought simply to remove a threat to our plan. Never did I imagine that you would reach this place and gift me a golden opportunity.
Task in.
Long as it has been imprisoned, this dragon has grown feeble and weak, its spirit extinguished. Your coming has served to rekindle her forgotten hope. Her yearning to be free to return home. That is the key to our deliverance.
Sada,
The
no.
darkness is ravaging her. She's becoming a void scent.
Creature, thou must flee.
Rise, O Shadow Dragon, and obey! Kill him.
Keen, Frosk, now.
Damn you!
Keep our guests occupied.
Save her, I beg thee. Save my sister.
This is fucking huge.
Before darkness swallowed the world, I fought tirelessly in a war without end. The experience taught me to discern the strong, that dragon, and you. Come, face me.
I'll deal with you now for you, Shia.
Accursed light. You, who have ever basked in its warmth, could never understand our envy, our agony. You will not deny us our release.
Okay, we are going to call it there. Remember, drop a like, subscribe, follow Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. There will be no stream until next week, so probably not until next Thursday would be my guess. Thursday night. And I would expect probably Marvel Rivals, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and end the YouTube and Kick.